John Harbaugh fired after 18 years in Baltimore. What caused his departure? You know who it was. It was a freaking kicker. That's who it was. Tyler Luke missed a 44-yard field goal in Week 18, which set Baltimore out of the playoffs, which set Pittsburgh in, and next thing you know, Harbaugh's bye-bye. And that's all on the freaking kicker. Now, would Harbaugh be gone if they made the playoffs? They snuck in at the 7th seed? Maybe. But he might well still be in Baltimore. Instead, he's with the Giants, and I'm talking about Jesse Minter as the new Baltimore Ravens head coach. What do we expect in 2026 in Minter's first season on the job? Let's talk about it. Teddy covers wagertalk.com with a 2026 team preview for the Baltimore Ravens. And right now, again, we always look at the current odds to see where the betting marketplace is valuing this team. And Baltimore aligned 11.5 wins this year. The highest win total in the league. Now, it's juiced to the under, but the betting markets expect nothing but success, nothing but a bounce back year for a squad that, again, they made the playoffs the 3 previous seasons prior to last year and were a missed field and wasn't long. It was a 44-yard field goal attempt. Dude missed it. Harbaugh lost his job. They missed the playoffs. We forget all that stuff in the offseason, but that's how far Baltimore was from being having at least an okay season a year ago. Minter stepping in as the new head coach. He, of course, was the Chargers' defensive coordinator a year ago. But Baltimore lines is an 11.5 win team that is juiced to the under. You can find 10.5s out there. All the books that cater that have the alternate win totals, which are worth looking at. From a win the division standpoint, Baltimore is the favorite to win the AFC North. They're actually chalk against Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland, who most people don't think are alive. Myself, I think the Browns might be okay. They might be a little bit better than the markets expect, but them winning the division is a long shot, to put it mildly. So Harbaugh's out, Minter's in. The new offense coordinator, Declan Doyle, was the OC with the Bears last year. And again, this is a playoff team in 3 previous seasons, at 8-9 last year. The defense coordinator, Anthony Weaver, was DC in Miami over the last 2 years, so it's a coaching change all over the map for Baltimore. And they probably needed a little bit of fresh blood when it came to coaching. Doesn't hurt. Lamar Jackson, who was a number 4 in the league in passer rating a year ago, and number 4 in yards per pass attempt. Lamar Jackson, not the runner that he was earlier in his career last year, but much better passer. Zay Flowers had 3 times as many targets as any other receiver a year ago, and that's a concern for Baltimore again coming into this season. Is the receiving core at Zay Flowers and question marks. Offensive line is some question marks too. They lost center Tyler Lindenbaum, who has been an impact player for them over the years. And the unit as a whole kind of underachieved a year ago. It really was not. It's a Baltimore team that's been built on running the football effectively and then using the play action to set up big plays for Jackson to hit his receivers downfield. And last year, the offensive line didn't let them run effectively, which hurt. They still made plays downfield, but the running game wasn't as good. So they brought in John Simpson as a free agent. The number 1 pick, Vega Ione, is from Penn State. In theory, that should improve an offensive line that wasn't as good as expected a year ago. Now, Derrick Henry is one of 3 running backs all time, with 3,000-yard seasons. Guys like Derrick Henry are supposed to be wearing down at this stage of their careers. And Henry was not great a year ago. When it comes to Baltimore's ability to run the football, and again, they were an elite rushing yards per carry team last year with Henry and with Lamar Jackson. Will they be able to have that same success this year? And with the offensive line concerns, I got questions about this offense. I don't hate it, but it's not one of these teams I'm like, yeah, Baltimore's going to light up the scoreboard all year long. They could, they might. I got some issues with the skill team talent. I don't love the line, and while Jackson is a perennial Pro Bowl contender, I don't love the pieces around him. Before I talk about Baltimore's defense, I'm going to talk about SplashSports.com because there's a $21 million contest that is the biggest pro football survivor in history. All right, $1,000 entry fee. Up to 150 entries allowed per person. I don't know if he's going to enter 150 times. I entered once. But if you want, you can enter 150 times at $1,000 a crack. But the key is it's available in 35 states and Canada. And you don't have to actually be in the states to play it every week. You just have to be in one of the states. If you're in one of the 15 states that does not allow splashsports.com contest, all you have to do is go out, sign up, register for the contest, and then come back and make your place. Like Nevada is one of those states. Go to California, half-hour drive. Arizona's a 40-minute drive from here. And all you got to do is sign up, and then you can play all year long from the state that you're in. For me, Nevada. So I'm in it. Join me. /sports.com/wagertalk. Password wagertalk is going to get you $100 back to use on other contests or quick picks, whatever you want. So you get $100 back. Again, /sports.com/wagertalk. Password wagertalk. Compete against me. Beat me in the $21 million. Someone's going to win it. Check it out. Again, /sports.com/wagertalk. All right. So we talked a little bit of the offense. Defense. Well, let's see. They said they're going to bring in Crosby from the Raiders after they finished 28th in sacks last year. And they decided, no, we don't want that guy. Let's get Trey Hendrickson instead. After Crosby failed the physical. Hendrickson, I'm not going to say he's washed, but he wasn't the same player last year as he was in previous years. We'll see if he's able to improve that pass rush. Again, number 28 in sacks a year ago. You have the safety, Kyle Hamilton, who's a team leader. He's a Pro Bowler. He's an elite player. There's decent defensive depth, which has been a little bit of a concern for Baltimore in recent years. But when you look at elite talent, I mean, it's Kyle Hamilton. I like Matabuke on the defensive line. He's returning off a season-ending injury. He can be a stud. But when I look at this defense, I'm not saying this is when you compare them to Houston or to Denver or some of the really good defense in the NFL, the Ravens aren't that this year. If they're going to win games, they're going to have to be relatively high-scoring games on a week-in, week-out basis. I wouldn't argue with anyone that's looking to play Baltimore Raven games up and over the total. I do think they could have a fair bit of explosiveness in that regard. So, they rookie punter. The kicker cost them a chance to the playoffs last year. More special teams concerns than we usually see from Baltimore. And when a coach like Harbaugh leaves, all right, Harbaugh was a tough, no-nonsense guy. Maybe there's a little bit better chemistry in the locker room, but maybe there's a little bit less intensity on the practice field. That could be a concern here for me when it comes to the Ravens this season. When it comes to a season win recommendation for Baltimore, and before I do that, I got to promo my own season win report. All right, season win report every year comes out late July. All right, last day of July this year, in fact. So you're watching this beginning of August. Check it out. Long term, over the last 25 years, 105 and 56, 65%. The big ticket, 17 and 5, 77%. This report has been consistently profitable for 25 years, and it lost last year. I cost my clients money last year. I did all my work all summer and tell people to tie up their bankroll, and I cost them money. I don't take that lightly. I've never had back-to-back losing seasons. Hungry, focused, spent all summer working on it. Check it out. WT.buzz/TC. Or just visit wagertalk.com. But don't buy the report. The report's $1.99. All right. My full NFL season is $5.99. And that includes the NFL win report. It includes every play from week 1 of the preseason through the Super Bowl, all props, all sides, all totals, all 5%. There's no BS when you deal with Wager Talk. That's one of the reasons why we are the fastest growing site in this space. Our customer service is spectacular. You don't believe me? Try it. You'll see. But anyhow, $5.99 full season. That includes the win report and every play through the Super Bowl. All 5%. No nonsense, no bait and switch. Take $50 off. Use promo code Teddy50. That's going to get you the win report and every play through the Super Bowl for $5.49. Promo code Teddy50 at checkout if you want to get on board. Thank you for your consideration in this matter. And I encourage you, let's partner up this football season. I'm primed. I'm hungry. And I'm an experienced professional who's ready to win. From a scheduling standpoint, only one Monday Night Football for Baltimore this year. Only one Sunday Night Football. They're not on TV as much as we're used to seeing them. Is the league telling us something in that regard? They play the NFC South, which is a relatively weak division, and an AFC South, which is a decent division. That's who all the NFC North teams play, but it also means they're not flying back and forth across the country. You know, going on north and south, it's a big difference when you're flying East Coast, West Coast. So that's a positive for Baltimore. 3 extra games, Dallas, Buffalo, and the Chargers. That's tough. In this bettor's opinion, those 3, not the toughest of the tough, but there are no weaklings among that trio. This team feels good. They don't feel great to me. And I wrote that in my notes. I have it like 3 different times. They feel good. They're okay. 9-win team, 10-win team. They do not feel like legit contenders. That said, they could easily start 6-0. Man, they start Indy, New Orleans, Dallas, Tennessee, Atlanta, Cleveland. That's not a murderer's row. So if you're going to play Baltimore under their win total, you may want to think about waiting. Give it a month. Give it 5 or 6 weeks. And then play the win total, the adjusted win total, after it moves up. But the bottom line for me, if I'm playing this win total, I'm only looking at unders. Their early season schedule, easy. Their late season schedule, much, much tougher. Thanks for watching Wager Talk TV. Boy, guys, we appreciate the comments, the likes, and the follows. Tell me if you think I'm right or wrong about Baltimore. Stay tuned right here on this channel for more NFL team preview videos powered by Wager Talk. And use that promo code Teddy50. Take $50 off the full season package in NFL at Wager Talk. Cheers, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for watching Wager Talk TV.